It doesn't pay to sell out. It really doesn't pay to sell out. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Dash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well, and much peace and blessing to the elect. Okay, this is going to be a quick lesson going into what you see right here, which is an image of Thugger Thugger, okay, famous rap star Young Thug, linking up with the same rabbi, Ye, right, formerly known as Kanye West, just apologized to, and no one knows why. But we know why. Okay, we know why. We know exactly why. Because this dude sold out. This dude sold his soul. And what happens, as the old proverb goes, never make a deal with the devil. Okay? Because you're going to regret it. It's not worth it. Often they're not going to keep their end of the bargain. And when I say devil, I'm talking about the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, chiefly being the small hat, the tribe of Amalek, which are the heads of the nation of Esau, Edom. Just like Judah is the head of the nation of Israel, Amalek is the head of the nation of Edom. So they're bad to the bone. Okay, these are your enlightened devils. Because you have your regular everyday devil, your average everyday Edomite who is of the seed of Satan on the earth. But they may not have been taught, properly trained how to tap in to their demonic nature. They're not learned of the dark arts. They haven't been initiated. They haven't been enlightened. Okay? Just like we have been enlightened, and when I say us, we that have the eye salve, those of the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, from our prospective tribes, we are being groomed. We are being learned of the righteous arts, the righteous craft, which is this truth, which is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We have been enlightened on the right-hand side. We are the Illuminati of the right-hand side, which that word Illuminati means what? To illuminate, to shine. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures is our light. That's light to us. Well, the dark arts, like Kabbalah, like different forms of sorcery, Satanism, Luciferianism, that's the light of Esau, Edom. That's their gift. That's their blessing. That's how they tap in with their power. And you have a lot of our people who are of the seed of Yashar Allah. They are of the seed of the nation of Israel. Instead of choosing to tap in to our light, our true power source, they rather tap in with Esau's power source. And in order to properly do that, you gotta go see the Reb. You gotta go see the high priest of the left hand, which are these devils that you see right here. And they basically broker your deal with Satan and these different demons that they worship and that they know how to properly tap in with. Okay, so you go to them and they, just like a real estate agent will broker a deal between the buyer and seller, or Salakia, the buyer and purchaser of a piece of property or a piece of land, They basically connect the purchaser and the seller, and they get a piece. They get a commission off the sale. That's what these devils do. Okay? They connect those of our people that's willing to sell out with these different left-hand spirits, and they basically have a stake in that deal, which only makes sense because they're the children of Satan on the earth today. And I have a little insight into this dude, Young Thug. I got a little insight, and I ain't even gonna say how, but I must just say this: I'm very close to this guy. I'll say it like that. I'm very close to this guy, Young Thug, and I know for a fact that his money ain't right. I know that for a fact. Okay. I know for a fact that his pocket's hurting, that he's not eating like he may have been at one point in time. No matter what you see on the outside, you may see them with the chains and the cars, but of course all of that stuff is rented. All that stuff is leased to them by these same devils, and they can pull it back at any given moment. They're on a string. You have certain of our people that play the system a little better than others. A lot of, certain of our people, they actually do their homework before they sign these deals, but a lot of them don't. So a lot of time they don't really know what the hell they're getting into at first. But then after a few years, they find out. And the demands increase. The things they have to do to keep those crumbs that they got from the devil, it increases. Okay? So, like you see this rabbi is he's basically getting a blessing. Now when you look it up, this same rabbi, LeBron James LeBron James was very close to him going back early in his career. They got pictures of him with LeBron James getting blessed by him. And of course we know with Kanye West. So this guy must be a major warlock behind the scenes, or in the realm of darkness. Okay? So he's basically hurting. He wants to refinance his deal, basically. He wants to renegotiate some terms. So he's basically saying he's willing to do more so that he can maintain that life that he's used to living, or has grown accustomed to living. Okay? So just gonna get a scripture. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and 27. For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. So basically, all that you see in the world regarding the works of evil revolve around idol worship. And these devils have mastered the art of idol worship going back to the beginning. Okay, that old serpent is the same play he ran on Eve. Being played again and again and again on a lot of our people. The scriptures say that this devil would be loosed to deceive the world. which again, the word devil means deceiver. So he deceives people into idol worship. He coaxes people to join these various mystery schools, these different hermetic orders like Freemasonry, which Young Thug is involved in. Okay, you can look at what he said is out of his own mouth. I'm a Mason, I beat all my cases. He has pictures in the Masonic Temple that you can search on Google right now with his Masonic certificates and whatnot. So that's a known fact, provable, easily provable fact. His recent album is titled UY Scuddy, which is the name of a red giant star somewhere out in space. And these devils, they deal with astrology and everything that they do. And that whole album had a hidden Masonic message in it, right? That's why they got him on the cover looking like a white girl. Okay, that's all symbolism, right? Going further, it says 28, for either they are mad when they be merry, right? They are mad when they be merry. These people that have sold out, they don't have peace. They are not truly happy. You see it time and time again. These different artists, they become superstars. They achieve the thing that they were hoping and praying for, willing to do anything for, sacrifice loved ones, right? Sacrifice their souls and their, parts of their mind, right? Willing to augment their bodies for, and in the end of it, they're not happy. As Yahweh Shai said, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? They lose who they are. They lose themselves. So they may appear to be happy or appear to be cheerful when really they're mad, they're upset, they're crazy. They've lost their minds. Their mind doesn't belong to them. Their bodies don't belong to them. Their progeny doesn't belong to them. Esau takes it all. Okay, so for either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies. Okay, they lie to themselves. They do things to help them sleep at night, whether it's drugs, whether it's wild sex. They indulge in the pleasures of this life to try to escape, and they can never escape. So it's just a void of death and destruction non-stop. And they begin to regret what they've done, but it's too late. So they're literally living in hell. They're living in the lowest hell. These people that the world idolizes have the worst lives of all. And it's all glamour. Look that etymology up. Glamour. That's a witchcraft term. Okay? Or live unjustly. Right? They prophesy, they lie to themselves, and they lie to others too. Esau uses these people for agendas to lie and deceive the masses. Right? To blaspheme, to get other people, and what that does is put other people under a spell. Their fans, it influences them to become sellouts, to join other mystery schools like the D9, the Divine Nine, these different three-letter agencies and organizations that practice witchcraft on a lower level, right? Or live unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves. You see that? Lightly forswear themselves. How do they do that? They grow up seeing these different rappers and other stars, and they say, I want to live like that. Then some of them create an organic buzz. A lot of these people are plants. They just straight up planted by Esau. There's nothing organic. But you have a lot of them that may grow an organic following at first, and then they go to or get invited to a certain party, a certain event, a certain meeting, and they find out that all of their favorite stars and people they grew up watching would have never made it to the big screen had it not been for taking part in these different rituals of idol worship, different feasts to Moloch and feasts to Baal. And you know what they say? Instead of saying nah, which you have certain of our people that's like, nah, I ain't doing that. It's not worth it. But those people you never hear of. Or if you already heard of them, you don't see them get any bigger. They hit a plateau. Or something bad will happen to them for refusing. Right? But the people that you do see, these different household names, just know they took the oath. They took the oath and they took the bag. And they didn't even think about it. They didn't even think twice. They lightly forswear themselves. They didn't really count the cost. Just like when you come in this truth, like Yahweh Shai said, you got to count the cost of what this thing is really about. Because no man putteth his hand to the plow and looketh back is fit for the kingdom, right? On the left-hand side, right? And you have people that come in this thing of ours, and they lightly forswear themselves to the Lord. They don't really think about what they may have to sacrifice for Yahweh Shai, or what they may have to, or what trial or tribulation they may have to face for preaching the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And they, as the scriptures say, like the parable of the sower, you had the one that was planted. He didn't get planted. He didn't get deeply rooted, and when the sun came, he dried up. Right? I believe that's the one where Yahweh Shai broke it down as, they may take root for a time, they may flourish for a time, but when adversity and tribulation come, they wither away. They get offended, right? So on the left-hand side, you got people that join the dark side, but they don't count the cost. They lightly forswear themselves. They don't really think about, this man is the devil. The so-called white man has lied to us about everything. Look at what he's done to our people. Do I really want to make this deal? Do I really want to, and ultimately, do I really want to offend my creator? If this whole left-hand thing is real, all this Illuminati conspiracy shit is real, then there must be a right-hand side. There must be a God. And when they join these schools, they make you blaspheme the Most High. That's a part of it. Because they want you to understand, to a degree, what you're doing. That's what makes the magic more powerful. Okay? So they make you swear off whatever you believe in so that you can be converted. Same way like you come in this truth. Whatever it is you believed in before, you gotta throw that shit out, throw that shit in the garbage. The left hand is a mirror of the right hand. Okay? For in so much as they trust as Salakia, for so much as their trust is in idols which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be hurt. Right? And again, this dude is hurting. Trust me, I know he's hurting. He just still has connections to prop him up. But once that's gone, he's out. He's out of there. He probably end up getting sacrificed. Right? He may have to sacrifice more people. But he's not doing good, man. Okay? Howbeit, for both causes shall they be justly punished, both because they thought not well of the Most High, right? By turning to these idols, that means they turn from the Most High. They turn from God, right? Giving heed unto idols, and also unjustly sworn deceit, despising holiness. So they didn't even respect the gift of life that the Most High gave them. They didn't appreciate the freedom and liberty that the Most High gave unto all men. They sold their souls, man. So that's a literal spit in the face of the Most High, which the scriptures say what? The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, he's gonna reap. So we're gonna see these people reap what they have sown. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's just something I wanted to speak on real quick. Lord willing, was edified with that. I'm gonna say shalom.